Thought I'd do a little bit of a video today discussing the power output of an engine and the pub figure of trying to get the highest number possible versus drivability, performance, usability, and just having a fun experience on the road or on the track. So there's a couple of aspects here where over time and over the years, people have always looked for the headline number, the highest power output, fastest 0 to 60 time. And those cars aren't always the nicest cars to drive. We can all tune these cars to achieve a high number or make a car produce a one-off run time that is amazing. But does that mean or translate to a nice driving experience on the road? Usually not. Usually those cars are track only or drag only, and what we actually want is a really nice combination of good performance, good figures, but also something which is drivable and usable and pleasant to drive as well. So you've got a good continuous range of torque and peak power, and that's usable on the road. So we're going to have a quick look at some graphs. I'm going to draw you some pictures and hopefully you'll understand. Okay, so here we go. This is my little school teacher bit. We've got a little line graph here where we've got RPM, and up here we've got power. So when we put these cars together, there's lots of ways we can develop power, and this is about the software. So we can have a car which has been tuned, hybridized turbo or any other kind of performance upgrade, and if we want to hit big power, what we'll end up doing is creating a power curve that looks like this. Now we'll get a really good high power figure, but we'll have this range here where we're going to have turbo lag or a lack of power. And this might be in a range where you're driving on the road. So this might be somewhere between 1500 RPM and say 3000 RPM. But if we do our jobs properly, what we can actually do is produce a power curve that's much more linear, much more progressive, and much more usable rather than this dramatic rise in power. We start at the same point and we tune correctly. You get this nice progressive power that goes all the way through the rev range to the end. Okay, it means that we're losing out on our peak power. So maybe we lose 50, maybe 100 horsepower. But what we're actually doing is where we need it. In this bit, where you're driving most of the time on the road, we're actually producing a huge amount more power between here and here. So you're sitting there, 2,500 RPM, you're trying to accelerate and nothing is happening in your mega powerful 700 horsepower car. All of a sudden it all comes in. Great. If you're chasing that figure and you want that number, brilliant. If you want a car that drives nicely on the road and it performs well in all conditions, then we can tune it to reduce the peak output, but to give you more mid-range power and actually torque, which you're really using on the road. And this is about software. This can be the same hardware. These can be exactly the same setups, but with the correct implication of the software and the tuning and custom tuning, which is what we do on the dyno, this is how we achieve this. This massive chunk here, that's what you need on the road, and that's what everyone wants. What they think they want is that, but what they need is this. So this is custom tuning, this is how we do it here. We're not chasing a number, we're chasing something that you really enjoy and it's really useful, and this is what we deliver.